Hey guys, welcome to this video. My name is John Watts. I'm a consumer protection lawyer. I want to talk to you about doing a dispute letter to a debt collector. So sometimes this is called a validation letter, a verification letter, a dispute letter, all different terminology. But the basic idea is you're sending a letter to a debt collector saying a couple things. Number one, I dispute this debt. Now, personally, the way that I do my letters and recommend them is you just say, I dispute any debt that you claim I owe. That way you don't have to worry about putting in the right account number, okay? But then you also say, send me some proof, send me some verification, some validation, some evidence that you are correct in collecting this debt against me. Now here's the question. If you are beyond the 30-day period in what's known as the 1692G letter, okay, so 1692 is a section of the FDCPA, and then G is a subsection. And that just says that in the initial communication or within 5 days of the initial communication, the debt collector is to mail you a letter that identifies what's the debt, who the original creditor is, just some basic information. And it'll say that if you don't dispute this, we'll presume it's valid. If you do dispute this, we'll send you like who the creditor is or a copy of the judgment. We'll give you some information. Now, they don't have to give you a whole lot, okay? But the question is, if you're beyond that period, so maybe you got this letter in October and I'm recording this in January, is it too late to send the letter? The answer is no. Now, if you send the letter within that 30-day window, so you get the letter, the 1692G letter, and you're mailing back a letter in 10 days or 15 days, that's fabulous. You do get some greater benefits. But if you're outside that period, I would still send the letter. And I say that for a couple reasons. One, because you are letting them know that you're disputing, if you do it the way that I suggest, any debt that they have on you. Any debt, every debt, all debts, okay? They might have an account you don't know about, but you're disputing that. Okay. And then if they mark your credit report after they get that dispute letter, so you need to prove that they got it, so certified mail is the way to go. If they update your report after that letter and do not mark it as disputed, then that usually violates section 1692E8, which says no false credit reporting, including the failure to mark an account as disputed. So that's a big thing. That sending this letter, even if it's a year after that 1692G letter, it can help you with your credit report. The other thing is these debt collectors tend to respond even if you're outside that 30-day window. Now look, they don't respond with very much information, whether you do it a day after that 1692G letter or 101 days after that 1692G letter. They just don't give you a whole lot of information. But most of them will respond the same way. And they do this, it's smart for them to do it this way. Because first of all, they want to try and convince you you really do owe this debt and we're the right people to pay. So they're going to send you this letter. Okay. The other thing is you've disputed a debt. You've put them on notice. And if they just go, you know what, you sent that letter 31 days after getting our 1692G letter, we're not going to respond to you. Well, first of all, what if they're wrong on the day? Second of all, you've told them that I dispute owing this debt. And let's say you truly don't owe the debt. And they're like, nope, you're past the 30 days. We don't care. We're not responding. We're just barreling forward with all collection. And then they get sued. And they're like, but you didn't give us a chance. You're like, yeah, I sent you the dispute letter, asked you to validate it. They're like, well, but, we were getting cute. You were beyond the 30 days. We thought we were golden. It's a bad position for them to be in. So just psychologically, almost all these guys will respond. Now, sometimes what they do is they'll just get rid of the debt. Okay, they get your dispute letter. They're like, nope, I'm not dealing with this. And they get rid of it. Okay, and then send it to somebody else. And then when that somebody else contacts you, they've got to do the 1692G letter. And again, if you can, respond in that 30-day window if possible. But even if you're outside that window, do it because they may not mark it as disputed and you can sue them. And if they do mark it as disputed, that's helpful in the credit scoring models. And the second thing is they may just get rid of the debt. Okay. Third thing is they may send you some proof and you realize, okay, I do owe these people, or the proof they send you, when you have it here and then you have their credit reports and then maybe they sue you and you look at all this stuff and you go, this is so inconsistent. I mean, they put $1 amount here, $1 amount here, $1 amount up here, and it's just all over the board. Well, that may give rise to some FDCPA liability where you can sue them under the FDCPA. So it's, I think, almost always to your advantage to send a dispute letter. Now, if you're close to a statute of limitation, then you have to do some judgment call. And look, if the best thing is go to a lawyer that's in your state that does this type of work and you can ask. But if you decide not to, obviously you're making your own decisions for yourself. So you have to balance everything. But just in general, I think it's a really good idea. Put them on notice of the dispute. See if they mark it as disputed. And then see what type of proof they send you. And if that fits with what they're telling you before that letter, what they're saying on your credit reports and things of that nature. So appreciate you guys watching this, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's video. Have a good one. Bye-bye.